Welcome back, disgruntled sports fans. We have some scripted playoff action. We got the Chargers. We got the Texans. For those of you who are new here, I'm the guy who points out that the NFL is playing fake, phony football, and that's exactly what I'm going to do today, right now. So this first play that I spotted, it was in the second quarter. Chargers were up 6-0, and the Texans weren't looking like they were going to win this game early on. This was a live betting trap, and here is how they get you to bet on the wrong team. So CJ Stroud on this play, he'll have all the time in the world in the pocket back here, and he could take off right here and scramble, but he doesn't. Instead, he chucks this duck of a ball right into 3 Chargers. Like, dude, where's the receiver you're throwing to? So there's no Texans receiver in sight. Obviously, he just threw this one to the Chargers on purpose. And this is how they get you to make a live bet. So if you see this go down, 6-0, Chargers take over the ball, you're probably thinking, oh man, the Chargers can go up 13-0. Or if they go for 2, they could be up 14-0 if they score a touchdown. That's how they get you to make a live bet. But don't be fooled into taking the live betting bait. On the very next play, guess what happens? Herbert, or as I like to call him, Sherbert, throws it right back to the Texans. Look at this terrible pass. That guy is not open at all. In fact, he's double covered. And that dude standing in front of him means there's no shot that receiver's getting that ball. So Sherbert throws it right back to the Texans. And this is how they can get you to make a mistake and bet on the wrong team. So at this point, if you would have made a live bet on the Chargers after that last interception, when you see them throw this interception right back to the Texans, now you know you just made a mistake. So always be looking at these games as an opportunity for them to trick you into making the wrong bet. So now the tide has turned. The Texans are winning this game. And on this play, you're going to see Stroud take off on a QB scramble. And all the Chargers guys avoid him and let him get into field goal range. Watch the defensive end, instead of trying to make a sack, just reaches out and makes a pretend attempt. And then this next defensive tackle, I think it is, he reaches out and ever so gently, ever so slightly, touches CJ's butt. He caresses CJ's booty. Look at that, see? That was a nice tackle attempt there. Or was it? This next dude comes running up, purposely takes the wrong angle, doesn't even make a tackle attempt, reaches out and misses, and then bumps into his own man. Yeah, these guys are professionals, man. So they let him run all the way into field goal range, and then watch how nice and safely number 0 grabs hold of him. And then this Chargers player looks like he's going to come in and deliver a big hit, but no, he's going to hit his own man. So CJ goes down nice and gently in field goal range. Here was another super phony looking play. This one went for a big gain. CJ looks like he's about to get sacked, but he throws a bullet, an absolute dart to his receiver. It's a good throw, but look at this tackle attempt. Chargers guy goes down, does the alligator arms, making it look like he's going for a tackle attempt at his feet. But we know what's going on. We know he's going for some of that sweet feet action because he wants to take a whiff. Look at that. He wants to take a whiff of his feet. How do those feet smell? Like the sweet smell of defeat. Ha 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 ha! goes. And look at him down there. Dude, yeah, you went down there to smell his feet rather than make a tackle attempt. And look at you, in a playoff game, just laying there. No one's going to call you out for it. I am. So this one went for a big gain. Oh yeah, that was a nice tackle attempt right there. And then finally, all three of these guys are able to bring this receiver down. So at this point, it's still a close game. 10-6. Chargers have the ball in field goal range, and they have a pretty good kicker named Dicker. Yes, that's right. His name is Dicker the kicker. But they decide to forego the field goal attempt and instead go for it on a 4th and 2. That's a bad decision. But if you are going to go for it, you better throw it in front of that yellow line. But guess what? Sherbert and Harbaugh, between the two of them, yeah, they couldn't come up with a play to get the ball out in front of the yellow line. No. Instead, they come up with this play, where they throw the ball behind the yellow line. When you need 2 yards, they decide to throw it 1 yard to a guy who's absolutely covered. He gets tackled immediately, and they turn the ball over and don't score. Some brilliant coaching from Harbaugh, brilliant decision by Sherbert. Some people think that these games are totally real, and these guys are just making mistakes. Yeah, look at that. That's the look of a man that knows he's coaching a pretend football game, and he has to be the guy that takes the blame for making that stupid decision. But it's not really his stupid decision. He's just pretending to coach. The teams are told to run these plays. The teams are told to turn over the ball. These teams are told to let the opposing team score. The coaches just stand there on the sidelines and pretend to coach. So the NFL likes to dangle these live betting traps in front of your face, sometimes multiple times a game. And the Texans at this point couldn't quite put the Chargers away. The Chargers still have a shot to tie this thing up, win this game even. But Sherbert on this play basically throws his team's playoff hopes in the garbage. You want me to believe he's going to miss a wide open man by this much and throw it right to the Texans? Come on, y'all. Sherbert has been a starting quarterback for several years. That guy's right in front of him, wide open, and he throws it way over his head, right into the Texans player's hands. And people want to think this is some sort of accident. No, man. This is the Chargers doing the job. And look at that attempt to make a tackle. No attempt. The Chargers jobbing out. So this pick six right here basically put the Texans out in front by 2 scores, and they never looked back. So now it's the 4th quarter, and the Chargers are losing by 2 touchdowns, but there's enough time left that theoretically they could still come back and win this game. Except, like I told you earlier, the Chargers are the jobbers in this game. And what that means is they're here to lose on purpose and look bad while doing it. So on this play, Sherbert throws the ball, hits his man in the hands, but his man conveniently volleyballs it right to the Texans. So even when Sherbert hits his man in the hands, it still ends up in the Texans' possession. Imagine that. Now watch this comical tackle attempt here by the tight end. He reaches an arm out, touches his hip, does this funny-looking spin-a-rooney and falls down. Now an even more comical tackle attempt. You got Sherbert coming up here. Go ahead, Sherbert. Show him what you're made of. It's your job to make this tackle, right? So Sherbert goes down for this terrible attempt. Awesome job, Sherbert. And it looks like he's going to take this one all the way in, but he actually gets stopped from taking it to the house. So Sherbert almost threw 2 pick sixes here. So now we are deep into the fourth quarter. The Texans are up by 13 points. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1. The Chargers would have to stop them here and score 2 touchdowns in a little less than 4 minutes. Highly unlikely. In fact, it's going to be impossible because this is the dagger. Mixon easily picks up the first down and puts on a nice stiff arm to this Chargers defender's helmet. This is the last opportunity for some sweet feet action for the rest of the season for the Chargers. And so this Chargers defender, he's going to go down for the final time of the season and take the biggest whiff of Mixon's feet as he possibly can. And he goes down and takes the strongest sniff. Look at him. For the final time of the season, the last time the Chargers will sniff the sweet smell of defeat. And just like that, Mixon takes it in for the dagger touchdown. It's over. The Texans win this game. They're going to take on the 2-time Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Can they pull off a miracle? Can they upset the golden boy Mahomes in Kansas City? Anything's possible when the games are fake and phony and full of baloney. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.